you are going to make that person obsessed with you. You are going to appear in their dreams. They are going to be thinking about you 24/7 to remind you of how powerful you are. And you can appear in that person's mind right now. Your manifestation abilities are so powerful. You can literally manifest yourself appearing in their dreams. Say the following affirmations and just watch how obsessed they become with you. They are going to adore you and worship the ground that you walk on. Just trust me with this because it absolutely works. I have manifested every single person to become obsessed with me, and you literally can do it. Save this video and write down these affirmations. I am so magnetic. Everything that I touch turns to gold. No matter what they are doing, their mind always comes back to me. All roads lead back to me. I am the ultimate end game.
Jesus. Scary.
Oh, golly gee willikers, woman, I am convinced you truly are one of the most powerful people on the planet, what with you being able to possess the dreams of total strangers and all, but, far be it from me to judge you and your powers, but why are you thinking so small? I mean, if I had the power to haunt the dreams of anybody on this planet, I would definitely haunt some music distributors to bring back 8-track tapes, and also haunt the dreams of the heads of several intelligence agencies to give me classified documents, as well as the heads of reserve banks to mail me a whole bunch of gold every week. Oh yeah, I would also haunt the dreams of every single world leader who's hell-bent on destroying us in a hellfire of nuclear Armageddon. But then again, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, this is Chad we're talking about here. We only have so many nukes, but there's only one of him. So yeah, I guess I can understand where your priorities lie if I don't think about it.
I am the blueprint. I am the ultimate prize. They cannot help but be consumed of thoughts of me. I am so addictive. They are addicted to thinking about me. I live in their mind rent-free. They cannot help but be obsessed with my energy. I give blessings to the things that I touch. And my life, my presence in their life makes their life better. My existence and my presence makes their life better. That is why they always think about me. All roads lead back to me.
I don't think any of that's true.
Lady, what I'm about to tell you, I say for your own good. You need to stop playing with fire. There are only two forces in the known universe that have the power to completely unravel everything. The first is the intergalactic space god with Global Card, all hail, and the second one is the cinematic god emperor known as Kevin Bacon, who is in fact the center of the known universe. This is why there's several intergalactic space courts which decide a man's fate based on a round of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. And I gotta level with you, sister. You're not even 15 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Even if you were given 14 on a solid list and had to guess number 15, you would still not be 15 degrees of Kevin Bacon. When Kevin Bacon dances to Footloose, his footwork is powerful enough to shake reality apart. That's why he had to use the universe's most convincing stunt double to do the footwork for him, woman. So stop pretending that you're the center of the known universe just because you want Chad to think about you more than he thinks about ribeyes. Which, trust me, sister, he's thinking about ribeyes significantly more than he could ever possibly think about you.
You should also grab my Breathe-In Magic workshop where my clients are manifesting their exes, begging for them on their knees. They're manifesting their exes' old situationships, crawling back to them. These people apologizing, begging for them, begging for the time of day, manifesting really loving relationships, being spoiled, being put on the pedestal, literally creating loving relationships. So you should definitely go and grab that because it is so worth it. The power of your words, affect your life. Use your words carefully because you get to create any situation. You are in charge here. You are behind the steering wheel of your own life, and whatever you say manifests.
Really?
You know, in all seriousness, I just had a crazy thought here. So let's go ahead and pretend that this woman's internet comments actually do resemble the truth and that these women are bending the fibers of reality to change the thought patterns of men in order to get them obsessed with her. Okay, so if that's the case, you're gonna have about tens of thousands of modern women all using this manifestation power to change the fibers of reality to make the world worship them and to put them on a pedestal, but you can't have 10,000 women being all worshipped by the same men at the exact same time. It really wouldn't work that way. So if anything, all you're really going to be doing is shifting the perception of reality to the point where nothing will stay the same for more than a half a second before having to shift again. It's kind of like that suit that Keanu Reeves wore in A Scanner Darkly that kept changing his face over and over again, except in this case, it's not being done by John Wick, it's being done by tens of thousands of modern women. So thanks a lot, Copper Top. You just turned reality into a Philip K. Dick movie. So yeah, thanks.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
My husband's love language is physical touch, and mine is acts of service with a little bit of words of affirmation. I have found something, little trick of the trade, that gives us both that. My husband quite literally vomits when he changes poopy diapers. Like, he literally upchucks it. I thought he was being a drama queen until he actually threw up, and then I was like, all right, maybe this actually does gross you out. So he was pretty much on a strike, not changing diapers.
You don't know what words mean, do you?
Okay, lady, let's get the obvious out of the way. Your husband is not striking when it comes to changing the diapers. He physically is incapable of doing it because if he tries to change the diapers, he will turn the changing area into a literal biohazard. So my guess is he wants you to change out the poopy diapers and he will contribute to taking care of the child in other ways because last time I checked, and I have to check more often than I'd like, there's more to taking care of a baby than changing diapers. But you are so hung up on this idea that your husband refuses to help you instead of him being physically incapable of doing so that you need to come up with a way to shame him online for virtually no reason. I mean, come on, woman. Don't you have anything better to do, like, you know, taking care of your baby? Of course not. You're a modern housewife. Shaming your husband will always take priority over the well-being of your child.
And he still doesn't do it very often, but I've put a little game in place to help us both out. So for every 10 diapers that he changes, he gets rewarded with physical touch.
Man, that's just mean. That's mean, man.
So let me get this straight. You have weaponized the bedroom against your husband, and you're also using his need for physical touch against him by getting him to do something that makes him literally vomit. For what purpose exactly here? I mean, you've just made it clear. Your husband's need for physical touch and his desire to physically feel close to you does not mean anything in comparison for your desire to receive acts of service in the form of him changing poopy diapers. And then to add insult to injury, you're acting like you're the victim because you have to provide some type of physical touch to your man and he has to go out of his way to earn it, which is just incredibly messed up. This isn't a game, woman. Men have needs, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in your eyes, you need to get what you want before he can get what he needs. That is just incredibly mean.
I started off way too low. I started with 3, and then I was like, all right, no, f this. Like, no. Then I went to 5, and now we're at 10. So every 10 diapers, his needs are met, and so are mine. Again, Mom, at this point you should probably unfollow me.
Give me cancer now, God!
Woman, the only thing that's shameful here is you thinking it's perfectly okay to shame your husband on the internet over something that should be held behind closed doors. quite literally. And then you have the nerve to hang this over his head and keep moving the goalpost back and back and back, and yet you still think that you're ashamed because you're making it clear you want to do everything you can to get out of your duties as a wife while forcing your husband to do more and more and more for the same thing. That's not cool. And then you go ahead and you shame him on the internet on multiple levels. And for what exactly? Because you think it's a funny story? Because you think it's cute? No, it's neither. It's because you want control. You want to humble this man whose only crime was making the terrible decision to love and impregnate you. So lighten up, woman, and get off your husband's back because that dude is doing the best that he can. Shame on you.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I just want to take a second out of this episode to give a special shout out to the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon whose support of this channel is helping to make episodes like this a reality. Thank you so much for your generosity, gentlemen and gents. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content you're not going to find anywhere else, plus get a permanent producer credit, as well as a shout out from yours truly. It's a great way to support the channel at a low price. The link is in the pinned comment down below.
Now return the bullet on it in progress.
I have an equal partner, and I want to talk about what that looks like at the holidays, because you best believe you will never find my husband sitting on a couch watching football while I'm chasing kids around at a holiday party. My husband and I have worked really hard at finding equity in our relationship. We both do our fair share of taking care of the kids and cleaning the house and prepping for holidays, but the holidays are notorious for being a time where women take on the bulk of the holiday magic, the mental load of the prepping and the planning, the actual work of the cooking, the cleaning, the buying of the presents, the wrapping of the presents. There's this ongoing joke that dad wakes up on Christmas morning and he's just as surprised as the kids, and that would never happen in my home.
What?
Gladys, I really think you need to take a second and calm down because it looks like your head's about to explode. So maybe go take a breath, fix yourself up a nice warm cup of meth, and let's talk for a second. Now, I have no idea what you're talking about when it comes to dads just to surprise his kids on Christmas. I've never heard that joke before. Well, except in maybe a really bad Hallmark movie or maybe a couple of sitcoms they do that, but in reality, that's not the case because most fathers know how important Christmas is to their children. So they're working hard. They're putting up the tree, or they're on the roof hanging Christmas lights, or they're working overtime for their Christmas bonus. They do all sorts of stuff. But it sounds to me like you're breaking your husband's balls because you've seen one too many episodes of Home Improvement. Well, okay, I'm not gonna go that far because your taste is clearly not sophisticated enough to be able to fully appreciate the comedic genius of Tim Allen. I'm sorry, Gladys. That's honestly my bad.
My husband grocery shops for Thanksgiving. He preps his own dishes for Thanksgiving. He chases the children around just as much as I do. He helps decorate for every holiday, and he's happy to do it. He knows what our kids are getting, and he wraps half of the gifts with me. My husband is very involved in the holidays because it is not something that women should carry alone. And it was not always like this, but I am proud to say that this is true of my extended family as well. We went to a holiday party yesterday, and all of the dads are so hands-on with their kids, cleaning the kitchen, bringing dishes to the party. It is so lovely to see men participating in this way.
I must have missed 60 minutes. What are you saying?
So, Gladys, are you seriously insinuating that men bringing dishes to parties and being attentive fathers are somehow wins against the patriarchy? Like, I don't even think you know what you're talking about, Gladys, because from the sounds of it, you're describing everyday things that fathers have been doing for decades, if not centuries. The holiday seasons are a special time, especially for men. They know how important the holidays are for their kids. So, most fathers, I'd like to think, are going to be having a lot of hands-on time with their kids. And when they go to other people's houses, they're going to be respectful guests. So they're gonna go and they're gonna bring dishes and they're gonna help clean up as a sign of respect for the host. This has absolutely nothing to do with equity. This has everything to do with just being a good parent. But you need to flex so hard that you had something to do with a dad wanting to spend time with his kids that he can't have anything for himself. I mean, for crying out loud, Gladys, you really need a life.
And I know that's not the case for many women, but I think it is possible. And so if you're struggling, I think you can have conversations with your partner, but your partner is capable of cooking, of cleaning, of shutting off the football game to be fully present at a holiday party. There is no reason that women should be tasked with chasing around children, cooking, cleaning, prepping, all by themselves. It leads to burnout and frustration, and it honestly ruins the holidays for a lot of moms. But it is possible to have a partner who participates in an equitable way, and then you can actually enjoy the holidays together.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
There is no easy way to put this, Gladys, but you are the in-law that everyone dreads to invite to their party because you are just absolutely miserable. All you do is just shed anger and misery around everybody. All you do is complain. You show not a single ounce of gratitude towards anybody in your life that isn't you. Whenever somebody does something that you expect them to do, you criticize it because they didn't do it fast enough or didn't do it the right way. But whenever you do something, you act like you deserve some form of a trophy because of the mental load or because of some other reason that only makes sense in that little pea brain that you call a head. You really need to lighten up, Gladys. It's the holidays. Everybody's miserable enough as it is. And the last thing that people need around the holidays is you making their lives worse. So do the right thing, get in the holiday spirit, and just close your mouth for a few weeks, Gladys. The people around you thank you in advance. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button. Ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and make sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.